Welcome to Turnpike Sports. I'm Dave Weishuttle, and as always, I'm joined by my producer and co-host, Doug Weishuttle. Doug, busy week in sports, the Stanley Cup Finals, the NBA Finals, and by the looks of things, it looks like we're in for some pretty long series here.
Yeah, no, it's actually been fun to watch some of these things because we're dealing with the first international NBA Finals, and I was actually shocked at what happened with the first two games of the NHL Finals.
Yeah, no, it's going to be, like I said, I think we're in for a long finals, and I think it's good for both leagues, so I think it's great. Got a great show coming up for you. Stick around. Later on, I have part 2 of my interview with Matt Rybaltowski from SportsHandle.com and USBets.com, and we're going to be talking sports books.
Yeah, no, you're going to be going through some of the April numbers from the sports books and seeing exactly how New Jersey, Pennsylvania did, and we had some changes in the market again, and we'll be talking about that pretty soon.
Good for Pennsylvania. I'm sure you're going to bring it up in the rundown here. So, hey, why don't we get to it? It's been a busy week, so let's take a ride on the Turnpike. And I want to remind everyone that today's trip down the Turnpike is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using our promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
Exit 1.
All right, we're going to start with the sports betting exit. The April numbers for Nevada and New Jersey both came out, and boy, everyone is shocked at this.
Okay. I guess New Jersey is gaining on Nevada with regard to numbers here.
Yeah, Nevada came out, and they had a $21.6 million revenue from $328 million handle.
Okay.
New Jersey came out with $21.2 million in their revenue and a handle of $313 million. There's basically a $400,000 difference between the two states, New Jersey and Nevada.
I was hearing from a lot of experts when New Jersey first started with sports betting, and they said, by 2020 or 2021, New Jersey may actually overtake Nevada with regard to the sports betting numbers. And I didn't know that was going to be the case, but, it's looking like they might be ahead of schedule here.
Well, I remember a couple people, the outliers, were saying that it'd be quicker. And they were easily dismissed because when New Jersey first went online with their online gaming, those numbers did not actually reach any kind of near the potential that they were talking about when they first launched. And now when sports betting first launched, we're here a year later, and we're actually close to Nevada.
Well, look, New Jersey has a big leg up with regard to population density. There are sports books in New Jersey that you can see Manhattan from. So, there's a big population density in New Jersey, as opposed to, Nevada, who, it's an oasis in the desert.
Well, I'm trying to see exactly how much of this is going to be people just go to Nevada to do the sports books, and they're really being hard about changing their routine. New Jersey is starting to garner more and more audience, and we're going to talk a little bit about Pennsylvania now doing it, but they're mobile. Nevada's more land-based from what I'm seeing.
Look, one of the things I heard in the news reports, especially after the Super Bowl, were people in Atlantic City and in New Jersey saying, you know what, I used to go to Las Vegas to watch the Super Bowl and play some bets. They said, now I don't have to do that. And I think that was one of the reasons why New Jersey wanted sports betting, not just to make money, but to stop losing money to Vegas. And it looks like it's starting to pan out.
Yeah, and I noticed one other thing, but New Jersey's hitting more millennials.
Yeah,
with the mobile stuff, more so than Nevada.
Well, so, I think the report was, 81, almost 82% of the revenue came from mobile sports betting.
Yeah.
And I can see that. Look, I watch games at the sports books in New Jersey, but I have to admit, I rarely bet at the actual brick-and-mortar sports books. I have apps on my phone. I don't have to stand in line. Even though I'm in the sports book, I'm betting on an app, watching the games.
Well,
just the fact that it's fun watching sports in a sports book because it's very comfortable. You have the bar right there, or
some of those places are they're their
gorgeous.
Lounges are amazing.
They're gorgeous. And where else can you see about 20 different games at once? So
Well, speaking of online gaming, online sports betting, I should say, Pennsylvania launched their first online sports book, Play Sugar House.
Yep, I have the
New Jersey app.
Do I have to say New Jersey version?
Yes, you have to have the
New Jersey version.
You now have to say you have the New Jersey app. They launched last week. They had 3 days of soft testing, limited hours while they did the soft launch, and they're going to be doing a full launch this weekend. I would say they're planning on Friday. I don't know exactly how the full launch has gone so far for them, but everyone seemed to be excited about it.
I know it's a great step forward for Pennsylvania. I have a very selfish question. As I have the Play Sugar House sports book on my cell phone, and I'm a resident of New Jersey, and it works in New Jersey. But I'm very close to the Pennsylvania border. Once I cross the Delaware and get into Pennsylvania, can I use my New Jersey app on my phone, or do I have to download a Pennsylvania app? I wish someone would tell me something like that, or what's going on.
From what I understand, and I went to the Play Sugar House website during the soft launch, the actual physical website.
All right.
When you first log in, it says if you're not in New Jersey, if you're in Pennsylvania, click here, and it sent you to the Pennsylvania site.
All right.
So I'm assuming the app is going to automatically determine where you're at and flip you over between the two.
That would be great. I mean, with the geolocation nowadays, they can tell you exactly where you are. I mean, like I said, hopefully I don't have to download a Pennsylvania version of the app on my phone. I can just use the app that I'm using for New Jersey on my phone, and just, once I cross the Delaware River, I can still use it.
Well, the one thing I like about this,
I want to test it out.
I'm going to say completely the wrong way because it's an important segment for Play Sugar House. Android is first this time.
Good,
not iPhone.
Good.
So they're waiting on the iPhone platform.
It seems like always it was iPhone first.
Yeah,
but I always had to wait.
Apple has changed their approach to doing gambling apps.
Well, they have to.
Yeah.
They have to. They're missing out in business if they're not.
And to follow in the footsteps of Play Sugar House, we had Parks. They're going to be launching their online sports wagering platform sometime in early June, they say. So we're here actually in early June, so probably any day now.
Parks, I love Parks. That's the closest sports book and casino to my house, even though I live in New Jersey. That's the closest casino. So.
And the improvements they're making on the physical brick-and-mortar casino.
Yeah.
Is going to be amazing. That beer garden is fun to be in. That's huge.
It's a lot of fun. If you get a chance, go to Parks. Keep walking through the Liberty. What's it called? The Liberty Bell Gastropub.
Liberty Bell Gastropub.
And they have an amazing beer garden in the back. It's just immense. It's great.
And staying with online sports betting, Tennessee launched their online sports betting. That became their sports betting bill became law on the 24th, and they launched. This is the first online-only law in the books in the United States.
Yeah, so there's no connection to brick-and-mortar sports books, right?
That's right.
This is purely mobile.
And also, this is the first law in the books that forces operators to enter a commercial agreement for in-play betting, the data.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll see where that goes. Boy, that's going to be I just have a feeling this is going to go to court somewhere, somehow.
You know what? Everyone's on board with it so far.
Well,
so
I
think at the first,
it only takes one person to say no. You can't force me to enter that contract. But we'll see what happens.
Well, I think the leagues are happy because it forces
they're happy.
It forces them to have an agreement with the data company, paying for the data from the leagues, and then the Tennessee operators paying the data operator. So it trickles down, and the leagues are getting money for this. So they're on board with this.
So they finally got their integrity fee of some way or another.
Staying on the East Coast, we have New York. Back in January, Scientific Games and the Oneida Indian Nation signed a sports betting agreement. And nothing's really changed at this point yet, but the National Indian Gaming Commission finally approved the deal.
Okay.
So as soon as sports betting launches in New York, you may see all the Indian nations in New York State having sports betting.
Good.
So it'll be interesting to see when that launches in New York State, see if it creates any competition for Pennsylvania, New Jersey, that sort of thing. So, sports betting is slowly creeping into New York State. And last but not least, over in Vegas, we got a new sportsbook brand, Circa Sports.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of this.
Yeah,
Boy,
the first one in Golden Gate is amazing. The one that's coming in the new hotel that's being built is going to be the largest in the country.
That's what I was going to ask. I heard something about it's going to be the largest sports book in the country, right?
Yep, and it's going to be outdoors too. There's going to be an outdoor part of it too.
Well, you can only do that in Vegas. So
it's year round. That's the only way it works.
There's no way that's happening anywhere on the East Coast.
And of course, this being Derek Stevens running all this stuff at the Golden Gate, the D, all that stuff. He has launched the Circa Sports Million Pro Football Contest.
Sounds like fun.
Yep, it's basically almost it's a super contest basically to do pro football throughout the season at all the Circa Sports brands.
By the way, the entrance fee isn't that bad for a season-long contest. Usually
$1,000 entry fee.
That's very reasonable. I mean, I've seen some of these contests, $10,000 you have to pony up.
This is interesting. You have to pick 5 sides, 5 NFL games, basically.
All right.
And there's a lot of them have higher number of bets you have to place for the super contests and all that stuff to stay in them. But the guaranteed prize pool is going to be $1.5 million with $1 million to the winner, and they're going to pay the top 10 places.
Nice, great.
So this is actually a fan friendly.
Very fan friendly. I think it's great.
So we'll see, and I'm glad to see Circa Sports launching. We've been hearing so much about it. It looks like a fun place, good place, a modern place, and Derek Stevens is at the forefront of sports betting again.
So he knows it's going to be good.
Exit 2.
Going over to eSports. Got a couple different topics to talk about today. Face It, which is another one of the online networks that broadcasts basically any channel you want. They use their own channels. Mm-hmm. They announced the first ever officially licensed Apex Legends esports tournament.
Okay.
$50,000 total prize pool. And it's going to be run over 8 weeks, series of $5,000 tournaments. And the remaining $10,000 of the prize pool will go to the highest scoring team across the entire event.
Wow, good.
So it's not a $50,000 prize. It's a prize pool.
Now, is this in one place, or is this you can just online it?
It's going to be across the country, but what they're going to be doing is each week, one of the games being played, one of the sets of teams is going to be playing in the Face It studios.
Okay.
And they're going to be alternating throughout the contest, throughout the tournament series.
Okay.
So each set of teams are going to be able to play in the Face It studios at least once during the tournament.
Oh, all right.
So they're making it accessible to everybody, but you don't have to go to any place specific to watch it. Just go to the Face It website, and you can take a look at the tournament being played there. Next thing I want to talk about, and I was shocked when I was looking this up, and they released the eSports earnings for some of these players.
Now, these are individual players. They're not the teams being.
No, these are individual players.
These are individuals.
So, and if anyone is wondering whether or not you can make money on esports, the top earner, Kurokai Takasomi, and I mispronounced his name, and I apologize. He earned the most with just under $4.2 million in prize purses.
Wow, for the year, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
Let's see. You also have the top 70 players on the list all made $1 million or more.
Boy, jeez.
The first 2 U.S. players were placed 9th and 10th. Mm-hmm. Everybody else is outside the country. But the top U.S. players, the 9th and 10th place, both earned around $3 million.
Boy, you can really make some change with this stuff.
What's interesting?
Unbelievable.
What was interesting about the list was the game being played. The majority of the list was, and I'm going to, Defense of the Ancients 2.
I've never heard of that, by the way.
It's a sequel to a game that's a multi-online battle arena. It's basically a Royal Rumble of games.
Okay.
and that's the game that's making the most money for people.
Wow.
That's the entire list. There was...
someone should do a study. I'm sure someone's done a study of it. What's the most lucrative game you can play?
According to this list, DOTA 2.
So this is it, right?
Yeah.
This is the one that's making everyone some cash, huh?
Yep.
Defense of the Ancients, huh?
Yep. I honestly...
Oh, wait, Defense of the Ancients 2?
The
Is
sequel.
that what? The sequel. Okay.
Because they did some changes in the game, supposedly, that made it more massively mobile online gaming, MMOG. That's that's what they did to it. They made it a little bit more eSports friendly, I think. The only other game being played in the list was Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which is one of the cooler games out there. It's military strategy, that sort of stuff. So,
growing up, I couldn't even get Pac-Man, so I do terrible on these things. I remember growing up, they had books on how to do Pac-Man.
Yeah, those hint books.
How to win a Pac-Man.
Well, what was the big thing in Pixels? The cheat codes. Remember the movie Pixels? Yeah, he had the cheat codes on his sunglasses.
Well, I'd be destroyed in today's games.
Yeah, no, I could never keep up with these things. And last but not least, we have Walmart. You can't do anything without Walmart nowadays.
Yeah.
Walmart is selling jerseys for the 10 teams in the League of Legends Championship Series.
Wow, so I can go into a Walmart okay, so this is purely online? Or
I knew you were going to ask that. You cannot do that because it's an online-only store.
Okay, so if I go to, I guess, Walmart.com,
Yep.
and I'd have to search League of Legends, or...
You would go to their online shop, the LCS fan shop.
What's that stand for? I don't even know.
League of Legends Championship Series.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, League of Legends Championship, LCS fan shop.
They dropped the single out.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Legends Championship Series. That's what they call it.
So LCS fan shop when you go to Walmart and you can see all the jerseys that they're selling?
Walmart.com, yeah.
Okay.
They're going to have all the branded merchandise, T-shirts, hooded sweatshirts, hats.
Wow.
They're going to have jerseys for 100 Thieves, Cloud9, Clutch Gaming, Counter Logic Gaming, Echo Fox, FlyQuest, and many, many more. So all the major teams that are playing in the championship series, all the 10 teams, and they're also going to be following up their line of headbands. Yes,
Headbands?
Red Bull and Ninja Blevins introduced a line of branded headbands that people can buy at this site for people who follow Ninja.
Okay.
Yes, he's got his own following there.
Oh, like Ninja headbands, kind of.
Right. Well, Ninja's the player, and you can buy his own branded headbands with Red Bull.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
You also can get We Are Nations. That's the company that's working with Walmart to do the online store. So they partnered with it's Walmart We Are Nations to do the LCS fan shop on Walmart.com. Yeah. No, it's actually becoming more and more mainstream.
Big business.
Exit 3.
Okay, I want to talk a little bit NBA here. And the big concern going into the finals was the viewership. And let me set the stage a little bit. In the NBA playoffs this year, the viewership was down 14% before the finals. They were averaging 3.9 million viewers compared to 4.6 million viewers over 78 games through the same point last year. So viewership's down for the playoffs. And now we're having the first ever global NBA Finals, the first NBA Finals in 9 years not to have LeBron James, first playoffless LeBron, first LeBronless playoff series ever since 2005. First NBA Finals since 2014 that won't feature the league's top 2 teams by TV ratings. You're also having, it's the first international tournament with Canada and was Golden State. So first international global NBA Finals here. And they were kind of concerned of what was going on with the ratings, how this was going to perform. And after Game 1, where Toronto, surprisingly to some people, won, they actually were shocked at some of these numbers that came out.
That bad?
Well,
is it that bad or that unmeasurable because it's in a different country?
Well, that's the problem. You're going to be seeing two different numbers here. You're going
All
to
right.
be seeing Canada numbers. You're going to see U.S. numbers. Nielsen doesn't count Canadian ratings.
All right.
So Canada has their own rating system. Anything you see when it comes from Nielsen is going to show an incredibly low number, and it did.
Well, yeah.
Game one, it drew a 10.1 overnight rating on ESPN, the lowest for Game 1 of a title series in over 10 years. It's just one of those things where the perception is going to be bad in the United States of how this NBA Finals performed. But Canada is setting records.
Well, that's good for the NBA. If they want to branch out, internationally, I think probably Toronto being in it is a good thing. Unfortunately for the NBA, if you want big ratings in the U.S., there aren't two huge market teams that are playing. So,
Well, it's kind of interesting because according to Sportsnet, which is the Canadian network, it's almost like their ESPN. 7.4 million Canadians watched Game 1. That's 20% of the country. They watched Game 1 of Toronto winning that. And by the way, it was the first time the NBA Finals were held international. It's the first international team to win an NBA Finals game, too.
Well, I think it's great for the sport. But you know what? I think the coverage has to change a little bit. Look, for the last 2 days, all I've been hearing about what an idiot Drake is on the sidelines. I mean, I don't know why they're even devoting time to this. They're not even talking about the game. I mean, one kid had a breakout game, which was amazing. You can't count on that all the time. But, look, I think you're in for a long series, and I think and I also hate the fact that it's 8 o'clock at night. I know it's great for prime time. Basketball, I watch at 7 o'clock at nighttime. That's my typical habitual viewing of basketball. I sit down and watch the Knicks or 76ers at 7 o'clock, and boom, I'm happy. I'm sleeping by 9:30.
Well, again, it's a matter of advertising.
Yeah, I know. Advertising. You want the advertising dollars. But hey, you know what? Would they allow for the viewership to slip if they're getting more advertising dollars? And they probably get the more advertising dollars if they had their choice.
Honestly, I think the one thing they're finding out with this NBA final season, especially since it has an international flavor to it because of the two teams involved, the one team, Toronto and Golden State, I think they're going to have to find a way to measure these better.
Yeah.
Because you can't have one set of audiences for each country when you're trying to determine how you're doing as an overall league. Because what happens now when the NBA expands into China, you're going to start seeing games over there. I mean, you're already seeing games over there.
I'm sure there's some equation where they're going to take the U.S. numbers and the Canadian numbers and extrapolate and get this one overall number so they can tell their advertisers next year, look, this is how well it did, and you can come with us, and it's even better that it's international because we just expanded our audience. That's the thing it's going to be.
Well, it's a concern.
Oh, sure.
Because you actually have to start making allowances for the different ways people are now not only watching in terms of countries, but also in broadcast streams.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see if they measure in the betting broadcast that some of these networks are doing. Because we had the alternate broadcast for the Wizards games. We had a Sixers games that way.
Sure.
So it'll be interesting to see if Nielsen starts integrating the betting broadcasts into the ratings for these leagues, because that's an audience measurement that needs to be done too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Actually, you want to bet on that. You went with the over for the game, right?
For game one.
You want to bet on that, but what? You lost the bet because you went for the over in the first
quarter.
First quarter, and didn't they break a record?
Golden State had their lowest scoring quarter
ever. Yeah, so it's
thank you, Golden State.
Way to go.
So it'll be interesting to see how the ratings are going to be measured moving on from this, because I don't see Toronto being kept out of the finals too often for the next couple of years. They're too good a team.
Well, let's see what Kyrie Leonard does. Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in Boston, and they're all talking about Kyrie going away. But Kawhi Leonard, yeah. So let's see what he does.
I don't know. If Toronto wins, Kawhi may stay.
I don't know.
I don't see where I know LA.
I don't know what the basketball scene in Toronto is like. I mean, LA is a big draw to people.
Honestly, now with the international markets and everything else where you can do your own marketing deals and sponsorship deals, I don't think really some of the markets matter too much. I mean, the lower market teams, yeah. Toronto, there's enough stage there. I mean, they're the only Canadian NBA team.
Are they? Yeah, I guess they are.
I mean, Vancouver left. They went down to New Orleans.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think, I remember the Vancouver Grizzlies.
Yeah.
But they're the only NBA team in Canada. I think the marketing opportunity there for Kawhi is a hell of a lot better than if he goes to L.A. or something else. The marketing dollars can match.
Yeah, we'll see.
Exit 4.
I like doing this with the minor league baseball promotions.
Oh, they have the greatest promotions ever.
Well, every so often I get these little notices of some of these different minor league baseball promotions, and some of these, they go out on limbs here on some of these things. Some of them are basic stuff, but they're fun. And I chose the D.C. area this time.
Okay.
For June, July, and August. Some really interesting stuff. June 15th, the Bowie Bay Sox are going to have a Stranger Things night.
Okay.
They're going to be...
I like that show. When's it coming out again?
It's coming out soon. The third season's coming out. They're going to have one of the actors from the show to come in and see the crowd and wave to them and meet people, all that stuff.
Oh.
So they're, Stranger Things fans. That's something to look out for if you're in the D.C. area. On June 21st, the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs are going to have the Field of Dreams 30th anniversary celebration.
Wow, it's been 30 years, huh?
30 years.
Ooh.
They're going to have Dwyer Brown there, who played John Kinsella, Costner's father.
All right.
So he's going to come out of the cornfield down there, I guess. I don't know how they're going to be.
Are they going to do an actual cornfield? They should roll out a cornfield and let them come out.
Well, you know how they have the bullpen entrance onto the field? Maybe they'll put a cornfield there or something.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, do it something similar to the movie. June 22nd, the I'm going to say, I can't say this right. Potomac Nationals are having the Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom 35th anniversary night.
Wow.
They're giving away Indiana Jones-dressed Steven Strasberg bobbleheads.
Okay.
And they're going to be wearing special jerseys. They haven't unveiled those yet, but they're going to have Indiana Jones-type jerseys.
I'm shocked that these two movies are this old. 30 and 35 years?
Well,
wow.
Here you go. Here's another one. July 6th is for the Potomac Nationals.
Another movie.
Ghostbusters.
Wow.
35th anniversary.
Okay, wow.
They're going to be giving Carter Keyboom Proton Pack bobbleheads and wearing Ghostbusters-themed jerseys for that night.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So those are the movie promotions.
I got to check out those. I want to see those jerseys.
I want to see the Indiana Jones ones.
I'm assuming they're going to be on their website, so I got to check them out.
They haven't unveiled them yet.
Okay.
The Ghostbusters jerseys might be interesting to see. June 30th, the Bowie Bay Sox are having Latin Baseball Day. Now, they're having a whole bunch of different things. They're changing their name for one day to the Chesapeake Ghost Crabs, but it's going to be in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, so I'm going to screw that name up. So
wait, let me try it. Los Cangrejos Fantasmas de Chesapeake.
Close enough.
And Chesapeake Ghost Crabs?
Chesapeake Ghost Crabs.
Okay.
They're also going to have a food truck festival, first one.
Great.
Car show pregame.
Okay.
And then they're going to be doing a candy drop from a helicopter above the stadium.
I hope this isn't like hard candy.
Yeah, I know. I thought about that.
Hopefully it's like licorice or something.
So, and then these two are interesting just for the sheer fact that they've never been done right now. I'm going to do the August 18th at the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. They're going to do the World Record Day. They're going to try and have the biggest game of catch. The record, They need 1,946 people to pull off the world record.
So, I mean, everyone's going to pair up and have a catch with one another, or is it one ball? That I don't know the logistics of this thing.
973 pairs of people.
Okay, all right. So you pair up and you just have a catch on the field.
Right.
Okay.
The record is location. The most amount of people having a game of catch in a location.
Okay, all right.
I don't know how many people are going to get hit by somebody else's throw.
Well, hey, bring your glove.
Yeah. And last but not least, the Bowie Bay Sox on August 15th are going to have Drag Night.
Okay.
This is the first ever of its kind promotion I've ever seen in professional sports, and it's going to be featuring local drag queens at the stadium.
Hey, good for them. They enjoy baseball too, so
Yeah.
what the hell? Hey, I want to see the jerseys for that one.
I don't know if they're having special jerseys.
They should have special jerseys for that one.
I wonder if the makeup underneath the eyes is going to be different.
Yeah, right.
So-
It should be interesting. Good for them. Good for the Bowie Bay Sox.
So if you're in the D.C. area, check
Some
out all
great-
those
yes.
minor league promotions. They're always fun, always
The
different.
minor league has the greatest promotions ever. I mean, they do great stuff.
And speaking of minor league teams, our hometown team, local minor league team, Trenton Thunder, welcoming their 10 millionth fan this weekend.
Ooh, yeah. Damn, I wish I knew about that.
Yeah, so congratulations to Trenton Thunder, too.
Absolutely. Great organization. Hey, stick around for my part 2 interview with Matt Rybaltowski from SportsHandle.com and USBets.com. We're going to be talking sports betting, and you're going to hear some numbers from the different sports books. And also, just want to remind everyone that this trip down the Turnpike was brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today, and I'll get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
And to get in touch with Turnpike Sports, you can call or text us at 609-512-5910. That's 609-512-5910. At Turnpike Sports, you can find us at Facebook and Twitter. Email us at info@turnpikesportsradio.com. And don't forget, you can catch the show on your smart TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Just head on over to turnpikesportsradio.com, and you can click on the link to our smart TV channel. You can also catch the show, subscribe to it through iHeartMedia, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and we also have a YouTube channel. So you can check us out on very different avenues of how you want to listen to the show or watch the show.
So coming up is my part 2 conversation with Matt Rybaltowski from SportsHandle.com and USBets.com. Stick around. More Turnpike Sports after this. Hey, this is Dave Weishuttle from Turnpike Sports with this week's Bet Flash. Pennsylvania has gone online with sports betting this week. Play Sugar House started their soft launch on Tuesday, May 28th and continued for limited hours during the week. Play Sugar House has a mobile sports book in New Jersey. However, players in New Jersey will have to register with the Pennsylvania site in order to place bets in the Keystone State. The Circa sports betting brand officially launched at Golden Gate Sportsbook in Las Vegas. To kick things off, Circa announced that it will also launch its Circa Sports Million Pro Football Contest with a guaranteed payout of $1 million to the winner. The entry fee is $1,000 and will be run throughout the upcoming NFL season. And finally, for the first time, DraftKings employees played in the World Series of Poker. Since DraftKings has a sportsbook and resorts casino in Atlantic City, their employees were eligible for the casino employee event, which kicked off the 50th WSOP. DraftKings sent 6 of their employees to Vegas to play in the event. From the seaside to the desert, from the betting lines to the sites online, Turnpike Sports has got you covered. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at Turnpike Sports. New Jersey's sports betting market has exploded, and there's so many places to bet it can make your head spin. But PointsBet.com is the one online sportsbook you can't afford to ignore. PointsBet.com has everything a person would want in a sportsbook. Spread betting, moneyline betting, prop bets, you name it, you'll find it at PointsBet. Daily promos that can't be beat, odds boosters you won't find anywhere else, early payout promos, it's all at PointsBet.com. You can bet from anywhere in New Jersey using your mobile device. And now there's even a better reason to sign up with PointsBet.com. Go to PointsBet.com and sign up using our promo code PIKE, that's P-I-K-E, and you'll get 2 risk-free bets up to $1,000. PointsBet is the preferred sportsbook of superstars Allen Iverson and Darrelle Revis. They even have the Revis Betting Academy hosted by Darrelle Revis himself. So sign up today at PointsBet.com using our promo code PIKE and start having some real fun. That's promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. PointsBet. Stay sharp. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. The East Coast Gaming Congress is back this year at Harrah's Conference Center in Atlantic City, New Jersey on June 12th and 13th. Every year, casino and iGaming industry CEOs and leaders from all over the United States gather to discuss the latest developments in fantasy sports, skill-based gaming, online gaming, and now sports betting. The East Coast Gaming Congress is the largest gaming conference outside of Nevada and features timely, cutting-edge panels and content from global leaders in all aspects of gaming. And now with legalized sports betting spreading across the country at an incredible pace, this hot topic will be taking center stage at this year's event. If you're all in, visit ecgc.us to register for your all-access pass to this 2-day conference. Register before June 12th for discounted rates. And this year, the Congress features keynote speeches from AGA President Bill Miller, Monumental Sports and Entertainment CEO Ted Leonsis, and New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy. Register today to take part in the industry's best conference, the East Coast Gaming Congress at Harrah's Atlantic City on June 12th and 13th. See you there.
I'll bet you $20 I can get you gambling before the end of the day. No way. I'll give you 3-1 odds. Nope. 5-1. Nope. 10-1. You're on.
Welcome back to Turnpike Sports. The subject of sports betting is coming at us at a fast pace nowadays, and we're lucky to interview some of the best reporters covering the sports betting scene. And today, I think we have one of the best. From USBets.com and SportsHandle.com, Matt Rybaltowski. You know, I want to change the subject a little and keep it on sports betting, and I know 2 states have already released their April numbers for sports betting, Pennsylvania and New Jersey. I want to ask you about Pennsylvania first. In April, Pennsylvania had a handle of $36.76 million, which resulted in about a little over $4 million in revenue. Are these disappointing numbers for Pennsylvania? I know they're gearing up for online betting, but right now, is this really disappointing for Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I'm looking at the figures on a month by month basis, and a few of them are down by over 30% in comparison with March. Most notably, Rivers Casino, Sugar House Casino, and Hollywood as well. And at first glance, I don't think it's that disappointing, just because of the power of March Madness. March Madness is the second largest sporting event that's bet on each year, but behind the Super Bowl. So that's not as disappointing as it might seem. I think for Pennsylvania, the big issue is that several books are about to roll out mobile sports wagering. So you have to look at it from that point of view. And just because in New Jersey, 81% of the handle is online there. So I don't know that number for the handle of 36.8 million. You have to figure that it might go up fairly considerably over the next few months. Yeah. Now that Pennsylvania plans to offer mobile.
I got to tell you, about 2 hours ago, I got an email from Parks Casino saying online sports betting is on the way, and sign up for updates so they can keep me up to date on what's going on with the Pennsylvania online sports betting. So they're really gearing up for the online sports betting. But do you think we're going to see that dramatic of a change? I mean, I'm sitting here in New Jersey, and I remember when online casinos came, and if the profits the revenues fell well below their projections, do you think it's going to be lower revenue than they're projecting in Pennsylvania, or do you think you're going to see a change, but it's going to be gradual?
Yeah. To your second point there, yeah. Probably a change, but maybe a gradual one there. And I think one of the key drivers will be the promotions that places like parks and rivers offer. Certain promotions like deposit $100 to your mobile account and receive $50 to $100 of free betting there, because that's the key driver for a lot of these books is the number of new bettors they could attract, the number of new bettors that sign on, and if these books become really creative with their promotions and entice new bettors to join, then you might see their handle exceed some of the forecasts that they have out there.
You mentioned it before. New Jersey's handle was $313.7 million, and 81% of that came from mobile sports betting. I mean, is New Jersey the example, if you're another state, that you should have mobile, and if you want revenue figures that will really benefit your state, you have to have mobile aspect of your sports betting?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There was a major Senate hearing in New York 2 weeks ago, and a number of panelists made that exact point of it's almost impossible to have legalized sports betting without mobile sports betting. So you're seeing some of the statistics out there that show that online is really driving the volume in New Jersey. But what you're also seeing is that some of the land-based wagers in the state are much more than the mobile bets. So I think some of those companies like DraftKings and FanDuel, they have to do a better job of trying to convert those land-based bettors to mobile, and then they'll see those figures increase even more.
I follow the news across the country because I read SportsHandle.com and USBets.com, and I especially read your articles. And, when I look at the proposed legislations of different states, I see some of them don't have a mobile or online component of their sports betting in their draft legislation. Why do you think that is? Are they seeing something that's going wrong in New Jersey, or are they seeing something that could go wrong in New Jersey? Why doesn't every proposed draft legislation have something regarding mobile sports betting?
It's hard to tell. It might be short-sighted on their part. Most notably in New York. I'm just speculating there, but there could be cybersecurity concerns,
okay,
possibly that those politicians are worried that the mobile platforms aren't secured, and a consumer's personal information, such as their social security numbers, might be compromised. I think that's the biggest issue with mobile. The sportsbook operators would probably come back and argue that those platforms are extremely secure, and there's not an issue there. But I think just from taking a broad look at it, that the cybersecurity concerns might be the main issue there.
I have a question that the Parks email sparked this question, and you're the guy to answer it. I mean, online poker, there's compacts between states for shared player pools. And like I said, I'm sitting in New Jersey, but the closest sports book to me is Parks Casino over the river in Pennsylvania. If they go online, do you see New Jersey and Pennsylvania doing a deal across state lines, or did the new DOJ Wire Act opinion kind of stop all that talk about sports books in different states sharing players?
Oh, well, really great question there. There had been some talk about that, about those multi-state liquidity sharing pools or compacts last summer, and I think the DOJ's Wire Act interpretation sort of stalled that talk there. And I know in New Jersey, as you mentioned, there's one of those compacts with 3 states for online poker.
Yep.
And it almost it stands to make sense that neighboring states in a number of regions throughout the country should enter into those compacts. I'm thinking more about several of the states in the Midwest.
Sure.
When you look at some Big Ten games, say between Nebraska and Iowa, if both those states wind up legalizing, you could see 90% of the action on the Cornhuskers in Nebraska, and then maybe a similar rate in Iowa. So it just stands to reason that some of those Western states should enter into those compacts if it becomes legally allowed on a federal level.
So what do you think the next big story we're going to hear about in the sports betting industry, and what do you think is the next state that's going to make sports betting legal?
Next biggest story. I think we're nearing the end of the legislative sessions in a number of states. So on a near term basis, that'll probably dominate the headlines for now. And then I think that that bettors and fans should place a close attention to what's happening on the offshore market as well, because even though Sarah Slane and Daniel Wallach had differing views on the pricing of data at last week's conference, a number of industry participants are in agreement that the legal market should be construed to curb the influence of these offshore operators located in, say, Costa Rica or Antigua, Curacao, places like that, because those offshore operators aren't forced to pay U.S. taxes at all. They're able to offer customers better odds, but by the same token, if you make a large bet of say $10,000 at an offshore book, it's really hard to trust those books and expect that you're gonna be paid.
Yeah.
And so these prominent books in New Jersey and Pennsylvania and in other states that are legalizing sports betting now, they are heavily regulated, and so if you make a large bet in New Jersey, you should be almost 100% confident that you're going to get paid out if you win that bet. So I think that's a major issue to follow because bettors don't want to see the VIG in Pennsylvania be dramatically higher than it is offshore, because it's much easier to collect that bet from a local book than it is from a book that you really can't trust there.
Matt, we're running out of time, but I want to give you the chance to tell everyone where they can read your articles and how they can follow you on social media.
Yeah, it's at SportsHandle.com and USBets.com, and then my Twitter handle is at Matt Rybaltowski. That's MATTRYB as in boy, ALTOWSKI.
You know, I want to tell everyone that your articles on SportsHandle.com are excellent and are required reading for everyone here at the radio show. Matt Rybaltowski from SportsHandle.com and USBets.com, thanks for coming on.
Thanks so much for having me. It was a real pleasure.
Stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.
Free stuff is awesome, but free stuff that will spice up your bedroom is even better. Just go to adamandeve.com and select almost any one item for 50% off, and then we'll load on the free stuff. Just enter this very exclusive code, BABE16 at checkout, and you'll get 10 tantalizing free gifts, including a sexy item for him, a special toy for her, and a third item you'll both enjoy. And 6 extra special bonus items that are sure to rev your engine, pique your curiosity, and even blow you away. Plus, free shipping! Always sent in discreet packaging. Go to adamandeve.com now. Get 50% off plus the 10 free gifts when you enter the exclusive offer code BABE16. That's BABE16, because without it, no free stuff. That's BABE16 at adamandeve.com.
When it comes to online sports betting, PlaySugarHouse.com offers players one of the best experiences in the state of New Jersey. PlaySugarHouse.com offers millions of betting options on the sports you love. They offer live in-game betting on sporting events worldwide, moneyline bets, point spreads, prop bets, play-by-play bets, and many more. All at PlaySugarHouse.com, your new home for sports betting in New Jersey. Take advantage of one of their 12 easy deposit methods to get in on all the action. And now, when you sign up at PlaySugarHouse.com using our promo code PIKE, they'll match your first deposit up to $250. More bets, better odds at PlaySugarHouse.com. Sign up today at PlaySugarHouse.com, and don't forget to use our promo code PIKE to take advantage of their first deposit match up to $250. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Welcome back to Turnpike Sports. I want to give a big thank you to Matt Rybaltowski from USBets.com and SportsHandle.com. Thanks a lot, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.